Welcome back to the WDS Originals YouTube channel. My name's Jason and behind me is my V10-swapped E92 M3. And as some of you will already know, I've previously installed an XTRONS head unit into the center console of this M3. Now I did this because I wanted the functionality of things like Apple CarPlay, but mainly because I wanted to get the information from the MaxxECU about my V10 engine onto some form of screen that I could easily see whilst driving the car. So throughout the entire build process of this V10 E92, I've been using the screen at the back of my workshop, which could display all that information that I could actually have on an Android head unit. Now I've previously been using this Samsung tablet, which does display all that data from the V10 onto this nice gauge cluster using a software called DigiDash. Now this is all well and good, but mounting this in the car is quite difficult. So my thought was get that Android screen and then simply do away with the tablet. So this is where I began the installation process that some of you may well have already seen in previous videos. And as mentioned in those previous videos, I was having a bit of a hard time getting this ECU to connect to that new XTRONS head unit. Every time I tried to connect, whether it was via Bluetooth or direct via a hard cabled USB, it just simply wouldn't connect. Now this wasn't necessarily a fault of the XTRONS head unit, it was actually my own fault. I'll be honest, I'd been a bit of a cheapskate and I'd bought one of the cheaper XTRONS head units. This meant that I could access the software on the screen, I had all the functionality of Apple CarPlay and everything that I wanted, but I just simply couldn't get that information from that MaxxECU onto the screen inside the car. Now I was blissfully unaware that this was my own fault until I received this email from XTRONS themselves inviting me to do a collaboration, explaining that I'd bought basically the cheaper unit and I needed a slightly better head unit. Now that does not take away from the fact that this head unit itself is probably going to be more than sufficient for almost everyone watching this video. However, for myself moving forwards, XTRONS had suggested a collaboration, and as you can see, we've got a discount code that you guys can make use of, and all that information is down below. So here it is then, this is the new head unit that I've been sent, which is the QBB model, and this particular head unit has some slightly better features. It has a Snapdragon 662 processor, a better robust memory using 8GB of memory, and also 128GB of storage. So this head unit is slightly upgraded to the one that is in the car and should hopefully solve all my issues. And obviously, if you guys are interested in either of the two models, as I mentioned, be sure to head down to the description. There's a link and you'll find everything you need there. Now what we have inside the box is probably going to be very much the same as last time. And as I can see, we've got the installation guides, which I have to say were excellent last time. We've got some protective foam, we've got the wiring harness, which I'm going to assume is probably very similar, which I will double check whether I need to swap these out or not. And we also have all the antennas and some additional USB cables and bits that we may well need. I'm assuming the head unit is probably going to look the same, but internally will be a little bit different. It's quite difficult to do one-handed, so I do apologise. Yeah, I'm assuming that is pretty much the exact same, just has a different set of internals, given that it's the upgraded version. So now that we know what's in the box, I guess it's time to go and install this into my E92. So first up, we're going to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery, and then go and grab all the tools we require to install this head unit. Now there's really not much to this, you just need a few sockets, Torx bits, screwdriver, and also a plastic trim tool. Once you've got these bits, you can head inside the car with everything you need. Now the first thing you actually need to remove is this trim that runs across the center console. Now in order for us to do that, we need to remove the cup holders and the bit of trim in front of it. Once we've got that out of the way, we can remove that large trim that runs across the center console, but do be a bit careful as there is some wiring harnesses and clips that you do not want to snap. Next up, in the center console, you're going to want to remove some plastic and also this fan control. Once you've got the fan control out, it simply unclips to these two plugs and they're pretty simple to remove. Once that's out the way, you can also remove this piece of plastic, and once you've got rid of that, you'll expose some Phillips head screws that secure the rest of that stereo control unit. That needs to pull forwards, so you need to undo these Phillips head screws, and then we can access the back of this unit. Now once you've got access to the back of this unit, it's time to go and remove the screen from the top of the dash. And after undoing these two Torx bit screws, this screen will drop diagonally down and forwards. Once this screen's been removed, you can then address the wiring. Now you need to move the fibre optic cable from the BMW harness across to the new harness. Once you've done that, you can run the wires up to the top of the dash and then install everything accordingly. And if you are struggling with any of these steps, feel free to refer back to that guide, as that guide is actually incredibly helpful with plenty of pictures and also description to get you through this. Now I do have to just mention that this is a little bit of a fiddly job, as there's not much length on these wires, but that's for good reason. There simply isn't much room back behind all of these plastic fascias, so it does take a moment to get this all set up and sitting right. But once this is done, you can connect the battery and then just double check that this is working perfectly before refitting the trims. I connected the car via Apple CarPlay, made sure it played some music, and then went about refitting all those trims. And with those trims now reinstalled, it's time to jump in the car and start talking about some of the features and benefits of having one of these XTRONS screens in your E92 M3, or any of your cars for that matter. Now, one of the main reasons I like these XTRONS screens is because you can use Google Store. That means you can download things like Netflix and all your favourite apps that you have on your other devices. That means you can have these apps inside your car. So for an example, me downloading Netflix here means that when I pull up to car shows and I've got a bit of time to waste, I can simply sit and watch my favourite series or pull up a film. Now, with this being linked direct to the Google Store, there is hundreds of apps that you can download and make this screen very personalised to yourself. Now, I'm going to go out on a whim here and say that this is the main reason why anyone would buy one of these screens: Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It completely modernises the interior, allows you to access everything off of your phone direct through that screen. Now, unfortunately, my phone didn't have a huge amount of internet there, so I don't want you to think that that's the screen lagging. That is simply my own phone that is holding us back. As you can see, this screen operates nice and smoothly, and it doesn't lag, it doesn't mess about, and it's absolutely spot on. Now, one of the other things I really like about these screens is that it retains the OEM functionality. You can still use the original steering wheel controls and also the center console controls to navigate yourself around this screen. But the most important thing is the gauges on M Dash. And I'm glad to say that I now have a wireless connection to my ECU. As you can see on the passenger seat, the USB cable is there, and it's now completely wirelessly running those gauges on my XTRONS head unit. So for now, I just want to thank you guys at home for watching today's video and remind you, if you want to make use of any of these discount codes, head down to the description and you'll find a link to the XTRONS website and also my discount code. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as it massively helps the channel grow, and obviously you guys can make use of more future discount codes. The more and more companies we work with, the more and more discount you guys get. Once again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.